Hi, I'm Ruth Luevand, and I am thankful for this opportunity to explain why I'm asking for your vote for mayor. I'm a 20-year resident of San Dimas. My husband Drew and I share 5 sons, 2 of whom attend the high school in which I teach. I have been a parent, a teacher, a coach, and a community service leader. As a passionate advocate for public education, I have served in several leadership roles, both within California Teachers Association and the National Education Association. In addition, I serve as the treasurer for the Mount San Antonio College Foundation. I am a full-time chemistry teacher at San Dimas High School, where I also coach Science Olympiad and our solar boat team. On a daily basis, I interact with students, teachers, parents, administrators, and community members. One of my strengths is bringing together different groups of people and coming to a consensus on what is in the best interest of our students and the community. As mayor, I would bring those skills to our city. As former president and vice president of the Bonita Unified Teachers Association, I was responsible for ensuring teachers had an equal voice at the table when the district went through very difficult financial times. Let me tell you, we had to learn to be creative in order to do more with less. I am passionate about public service. As a public servant, I'm accustomed to serving all constituents in the city and surrounding communities. As your mayor, I will work on behalf of all of San Dimas, not just one specific interest group. My interest in serving as your mayor transcends a single issue. I am asking for your support because I want to give back to my community in the best way I can, to share my expertise and help create an engaging and collaborative community environment that supports all individuals while remaining fiscally solvent. We must summon the courage to engage in difficult conversations and to discuss openly what matters most to us as a community. We have many challenges ahead, both as a people and a community. If you elect me as your next mayor, I will ensure all the stakeholders of San Dimas continue to play an essential role in the collaboration and continued development of our downtown, scenic parks, community outreach programs, and by developing continued trust and transparency between City Council and all residents so we can work together to support a vision of a good quality of life that allows all to prosper. The road ahead is new and untraveled. Given the complexities of our budgetary restraints, we need to be bold and creative in determining solutions that best fit for the public. This will require us to continue focusing our efforts on providing community-oriented programs, such as sustainable career and technical educational opportunities for our children, downtown revitalization, responsible and sensible development of our picturesque surroundings, and developing partnerships and programs that reduce crime. Like so many residents of San Dimas, I want to see my city continue to grow and develop projects and partnerships that reflect our community's vision and interest. By restoring community services, focusing on downtown amenities that will generate tax dollars, we can bring common sense solutions to our most complex problems. We need to remember that San Dimas is not just a spot on the map. It holds a special place in all our hearts. It is where we raise our kids and make a life for ourselves, where we share coffee with a friend or dinner with the family, where we play in a city league or go to the lake for a weekend barbecue. This is our present, but this is also our future. Our needs today, whether it be good business, safe and reliable public transit, or well-maintained public spaces, are not going to be just as important today, but more important 10 or 20 years from now. As your mayor, I hope to lead our city council and staff in making decisions that preserve the best of what San Dimas has to offer in order to establish a future that our children and grandchildren can be proud of. I would appreciate your support in this vitally important endeavor. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Emmett Badar, and I am the current mayor of the city of San Dimas. I am running for re-election because I want to finish what we started 2 years ago. I wonder where we will be 30 years from now. We talk about a vision. I have grandchildren who live here in San Dimas. They go to the schools here, they participate in the sports, and I want to know where they're going to be 30 years. What is their vision going to be, or my vision for them to be? And I think it's pretty simple. Look around to what we have and where we're going. We also obviously see density starting to accumulate. We want to control the density, but still be able to grow with our community. As you know, a goal line is about to come. That's going to create us some real difficulties as far as parking and transportation, but it's going to be a very good thing for the city because we will be able to actually tie our cities together from the region, and we'll be able to move forward and take care of whatever we need to take care of as a community and as neighboring communities. We always know that public safety is the utmost important, but I, on the other hand, believe there's not only public safety, but there has to be a benefit for our children where we want to raise them. I want them to be able to continue to go to the best schools in the state of California, in fact, the best schools in the nation. And I believe we're there. We have great schools. We have a great government. We have very little problems. As everyone will tell you, we grow with the growth. We work our way through the things, and we have very, very much embraced the idea of volunteerism. This city doesn't function very well without volunteers. As everyone knows, we just had a forum, and that was one of the key questions is, what do we do, or what do we think of our volunteers? Our volunteers are the groundswell of our community. We need them. They do a lot of things. We not only do them in law enforcement, but at our schools and our city functions. And we can see these all happening. We are concerned about density. Our problem is that we were working on this, and if we could just figure out how to get the state to kind of stay out of our business and let us handle our situation, we would be just much, much better served. I realize the state is the bigger animal here, but the reality is we need to continue to push forward, push back on them on certain issues that they want to do. And we have committees that are working at it. We developed a housing committee of residents, and we came through with a housing development program that's, we believe is going to work. It's one of those things that we're faced with a lot of hurdles, but the hurdles come by people taking proactive interaction. And if we can continue the way we're going, we have a very solid infrastructure, we have a very solid budget, the city is doing well. There are some speculations that we could be in some financial strain, but not this year, not next year. Who knows when it will come, but the reality, as long as we keep planning and day-to-day functioning, the way our staff is connected and the way we continue to work as a team, not only the team of the city employees, the volunteer service, but every citizen in this community needs to stay actively involved. And I believe that I know that we will be successful, and our kids will be able to grow up into a rich atmosphere that we have been able to provide our kids, and our kids will provide their kids. And thank you very much.
Hello residents, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Eric Nakano, and I'm honored to be a candidate for San Dimas City Council District 2. San Dimas is facing many challenges, including ensuring a sustainable budget, a rise in crimes like theft and homelessness, and questions about how best to develop our downtown. Despite these challenges, I believe that our city's best days lay ahead. I'm running for San Dimas City Council because I have the skills, background, and a plan to address all of these challenges and more. To ensure our budget is sustainable, I will ensure that we are spending our tax dollars wisely. That's why I've spent hours going through the budget with city officials to identify options for addressing long-term costs such as our employee retirement program, roads, and infrastructure such as a recreation center. To address crime and homelessness, I will partner with community groups, optimize the use of technology, and implement the right policies to reduce both in the most effective way possible. To improve our downtown, I will provide the right level of oversight to develop it correctly, starting with the Pioneer Square project. I'll work to require enough parking to minimize the impact on residents and ensure the project is financially viable. I grew up in San Dimas and know it well. My mom and dad moved to the area in the 1970s because they loved the community and wanted to raise a family here. My mom was a school teacher and my dad was a nonprofit worker, and they instilled in me a strong appreciation and respect for giving back to the community. After graduating high school, I earned my bachelor's in public policy from George Washington University and my MBA and master's in public policy from Duke University. Since then, I've worked in both the public and private sectors, advising the federal government and Fortune 500 companies before landing at my current role as an executive at a technology company. These experiences uniquely qualify me to serve on City Council and represent your interests. I moved back to San Dimas City Council to care for my mother after she was diagnosed with cancer and decided to make San Dimas my home once again. After my mom passed, I now care for my sister who has special needs and volunteer to make our community better. One of the volunteer initiatives was to start a local newspaper, the San Dimas Community Post, to keep residents informed of what is going on in their city. The newspaper is completely volunteer-run and overseen by an editor-in-chief who is a faculty member at the University of Laverne's journalism program, and the paper is free for all residents. It was my experience writing for the paper that I felt I could address many of the issues that I was covering as a volunteer reporter. I want to take all that I've learned and help solve the challenges our city is facing. And I want to give back to the community that has given me so much. I credit my motivation for running and my success to what I learned right here in San Dimas: the importance of hard work, having a problem-solving mindset, and working as a team to get things done. As a voter, you have an important decision to make. If you'd like to learn more about my campaign, visit www.ericforsandimas.com or contact my campaign if you have any questions or would like to join our team. Thank you for your time, and good luck as you make your decision.
Hello there. My name is Brandon Michael Moon, and I wanted to start off by giving you a little bit about my background and why I'm running for office. I've been a lifelong resident of the San Gabriel Valley, and am fortunate enough to call San Dimas my home, but more so to call you all my neighbors. I attended middle school at San Gabriel Christian School and graduated from Temple City High School. After graduating high school, I joined the hospitality industry, a legacy in the Moon household. I earned a leadership role, enabling me to travel nationwide to train staff in new restaurant openings. I attended Los Angeles Trade Technical College, where I earned an Associate's in Science for Electrical Construction and Maintenance. In 2018, I was given an opportunity to join the sales team at a minority woman-owned electrical distributor, and have grown with the company as a territory sales manager of the Inland Empire. If given the opportunity to be your councilman for District 2, I pledge to seek reasonable and fair solutions to many community issues such as public safety. I believe in adopting programs like the Citizens Academy to strengthen the bond between our residents and our Sheriff's Department. I am honored to have received endorsements from our first responders, such as the Professional Police Officers Association, the Association for Los Angeles Deputy Sheriffs, and the International Firefighters Association. My reason is my passion for public service and the love for the great city of San Dimas. As your councilman, I promise to be a good listener and not just a talker. My core values and desire to do what is right is what drives me to serve the community. As your council member, I will fight for all residents and demand accountability, transparency, and integrity from all of our municipal leaders. And as a cancer survivor of 3 years, I know what it is to fight. I invite you to visit my website at moonforsandimas.com. If there are any questions or topics that are specific to you or that haven't been answered, please contact me directly on my personal cell phone, area code 626-827-6335. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, text or call. You can also email me at moonforsandimas@gmail.com. Thank you and have a beautiful day.
Hi, I'm Ryan Vienna, and I'm seeking re-election to the 4th District for the City of San Dimas City Council. Since 2017, when I was first elected, it has been my greatest honor to be able to serve the City Council here in my hometown in the City of San Dimas. My parents moved to the city in 1984, and I grew up here in town, love our community and what it stands for. Since my election, when I ran in 2017, I promised to implement measures for transparency, accountability, improve our jobs and economy, and make investments in public safety. Since that time, we've seen a number of changes here in our community. A couple of them in public safety. We've seen a new district attorney come in. That new district attorney has resulted in a number of changes to our community as it relates to legislation on the tail end of Assembly Bill 109, Prop 47, Prop 57, Prop 64, and other public safety measures that have impacted community safety here. Since then, working with the City Council, successfully been able to invest in cameras in Pioneer Park following an unfortunate murder that we had occur a few years back. The city's invested in flock safety cameras. Those flock safety cameras have resulted in the solving of crime. They've also helped apprehend people who have been stealing your catalytic converters, your mail, and doing other sinister deeds here in our community. With public safety at the forefront as my priority, number one is to keep you safe and to keep our families safe. My mom and dad safe, who still live in the community here. Another priority for me as I seek re-election is to continue the work that's been done as it relates to homelessness. The Gold Line's coming. The city, when I was elected, was not engaging with the Gold Line Construction Authority. I was able to work with the Foothill Gold Line Construction Authority simply to get the city to stop burying its head in the sand and to engage so that we could weigh in and let people know what we wanted if in fact this initiative was going to come. Since then, the city's been engaging with the Foothill Gold Line Construction Authority so that we can have a meaningful and well thought out implementation. But we shouldn't have an implementation that costs the residents, negatively impacts parking in our community, in our downtown, and frankly brings with it all of the other problems that we've seen in other communities from the Gold Line. That's why it's important to support candidates who support public safety in this particular election. We need to think smart about homelessness. During my term, we went ahead and were able to secure a grant on Measure H funding and come up with the San Dimas Homeless Plan. Since the San Dimas Homeless Plan, the city's been working to implement measures to mitigate homelessness throughout the community. And that's what we want to do. We don't want to build homeless housing in San Dimas, but we do want to be supportive and get people to services where they need to go. Jobs and economy. Recently, there's been an interest in a project called Pioneer Square. I'm going to say this about that project and any other project that comes to our community. I'm not willing to sell out the character and quaintness of our community for profits and development. It's just not going to happen. If a project's not characteristic of the hometown that I grew up in and presents the values and the respect for the residents, I'm not going to support it. And so I want you to know that any project that comes into the community that I will support is going to be respectful of our community. It's going to be respectful of its impact and hopefully is going to be something that not only brings jobs to the community but generates revenue. At the end of the day, we've brought in a new service-oriented administration and a new city manager. We've seen a whole new leadership team to our city, and we've made a whole bunch of changes where people are now positively speaking about the city of San Dimas as a government entity. You can learn more about me by visiting viennaforsandimas.com, and you can give me a call at 909-480-1960. I'm currently running unopposed, but nevertheless, I'm running for you, and I want to represent you to the best of my ability. Thank you for this opportunity to continue to serve the city of San Dimas. I hope I can count on you on your vote, and I wish you the best.